Hey, what's up, YouTube? I had said I wouldn't be making any more videos, and I probably won't make too many more, but I just got motivated to make a video about something that's kind of been on my mind for a while, and I'm not exactly sure how to put it into words, but I'll try my best, and I'll try not to make a really long video. First of all, I want to start out by saying that just because I'm wearing a men's flannel shirt does not make me a guy, okay? It's a shame that I should even have to specify that, but unfortunately that's the world in which we live. You know, people think boy clothes equal boy, girl clothes equal girl. Well, no, that couldn't be further from the truth, all right? This shirt is just something I got for Christmas, and I really like it a lot because it's nice and warm and comfy. And if you notice, I have to roll the cuff of the sleeve over just because it's too big, and I can't button the last button at the bottom because my hips are too wide. So that just goes to show you that my body is much different from the man for which this shirt was made. So yeah, it's just ridiculous that people think that just because you wear male clothing and your hair isn't like 2 feet long or longer, that you're suddenly a guy. Well, that's not the case, all right? Without a you-know-what, as I've stated before, you are not a guy. And it works the other way too. If you have a you-know-what, you're not a woman, okay? So, yeah. So I'm cold. That's all it means. It doesn't mean I'm a man. It means I'm cold. The fact that I'm wearing this shirt, and like I say, I have to roll the sleeves over. So that just goes to show you why, generally speaking, I don't shop the men's department. Never have really, for the most part, and never will. So yeah, what I want to talk about today is how angry I feel when I see videos, and I'm not going to name names, although I'd love to, but I won't, particularly FtM trans people, but a few other people that aren't, you know, like, I guess, real cis guys or whatever you call them, who just happen to be on the short side. But what really makes me angry is this mentality that some people have that building muscle at the gym will overcompensate for what they lack in height. Okay? To me, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen and heard. And it just makes me really mad. I guess I should call this video gym culture or something like that. But these people that all there really is to their life is working out at the gym, like they don't have too many other hobbies and there just isn't really much more to them as a person. You know, I really hate that. I hate it so much because it's just not the kind of life that I would ever want to live. Okay? I have just never been an athletic person, and I don't intend to become one in the future. And body image is just something that has never really, thankfully, been that high, you know, as far as a priority of what I care about in life. You know, luckily I've never had that obsession. I've been obsessed with a lot of other things, as you well know from my videos, but body image is just not one of them. And for me, you know, this idea of sculpting the perfect body or being obsessed with what I look like would just defeat the whole purpose of even living as a man, so to speak, in the first place. You know, the whole reason I ever wanted to be a boy, beginning around the age of 10, you know, continuing on into my 20s, the real reason I wanted that was pretty much the fact that, you know, guys just wear comfortable clothing and they don't worry about what people think of their physical bodies, you know? And to me, the whole point of even living as a man or presenting as a man, which I don't do, but, you know, every time I thought that I wanted to, was just for the simple reason that men are not, they shouldn't be narcissistic and image conscious. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're a man, there's just so much more to your identity than your looks, okay? And this whole idea that men, both FtM and genetic men are just becoming obsessed with working out at the gym is just, to me, it's not manly at all. Like, I don't care how big your muscles are. If you're a narcissistic little bitch of a man or a boy or whatever you are, then you're not manly. I mean, believe me, I had a father in my life, well, pretty much all my life. I guess, I mean, my parents are divorced, so, I live with him primarily, but then I go spend time with my mom, and I spent a few years living with just my mom, but I mean, I still saw him. But I mean, for 36 years, I have seen an example of what a man is. And believe me, he is not narcissistic, and he doesn't obsess on what kind of underwear he has, and he doesn't, like, go around putting his shirtless chest on YouTube and like showing it off and all that. And believe me, I know what being a male or a real man is all about. And I didn't have any brothers, but I mean, I've been around enough guys to know that the ones that I consider manly are the ones who really don't give a crap about their body image or what people think of them. And you see, that's what I've always envied about guys, because women go through life and we're just obsessed with what others think of us. And that's why, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times, every woman's worst nightmare is having a number 2 accident. And that's because of, well, primarily the way people would think of her. It's like her life would just be over because she'd forever be the girl that pooped in her panties. And so, men on the other hand, it's like they could actually recover from it. It might not be something they would like to happen, but, it's just, they could live it down is what I'm saying. They have enough, like, redeeming qualities, I guess you'd say. Like, if they're a hard worker or, they're just really intelligent, then they, people would remember them for something else. Well, a woman, her image is just everything. And being thought of as ugly or a slut, that matters a lot to a woman. What people think matters a lot. But being a man, should never be about your physical body. And I just think it's ridiculous to think, the way that these people think that, well, they can be 5'1", but, if they have a big old, 6-pack or whatever, I don't even know the names of all these muscles and all that, that if they're big and muscular, that's going to make up for it. Well, I'm sorry, but it doesn't. And that's why I don't want to be classified as a man. As a woman, I'm approximately a little shy of 5'4". So I guess 5'3.5". And I've been that way since about 14. Age 14 is about when I stopped growing. And, as a woman, I feel totally normal. And I am. I'm about average height. I'm maybe slightly below. But as a man, that would just be ridiculously short, because even guys you think of as really small guys are taller than that. Like a really short guy would be maybe 5'5" or 5'6", and that's still taller than me. And my ring and shoe size is just, I'm approximately 7 or 8 in women's most of the time. But when I go to the men's department and I try on shoes, I got to get like a boy's 6, and it's still kind of big on me a lot of times. So yeah, I don't have body proportions that would ever be acceptable as a male, by my definition. I mean, I would never be okay, as a 5'3", 5'4" man. That's just ridiculous to me. So if you're small and you think that building muscle is going to overcompensate, think again. Because I'm a woman, and I'm here to say that if I ever, wanted to marry a guy, I would much rather have the 6-foot couch potato, as they call it, with the dad bod, or, whatever they call the physique that isn't well toned, as opposed to a bodybuilder who is short like a woman. And I would never, 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 never date a guy who is even, well, a millimeter shorter than I am. I mean, that would just be a deal breaker right there, a no-go. So, yeah, that's the way I feel.